The recording is in progress.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hold on a second. What's that? Okay. Please.
Alan Migliorini,
Here.
Jennifer McCarr,
Here.
and I will also say Jeanette and Greg are both on Zoom.
Approval of minutes for November 20th, 2024.
Make approval of minutes from November 2024. I have a motion to approve minutes from November 2024, November 20th, 2024.
Alan Migliorini,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr.
Let's see here. Correspondence, do you have any?
Don't believe so. I mean, we have been in contact about the appeal, but
We'll get the reports and then we'll.
Yep.
All right, sanitary report.
That's me.
That's your.
That's me. Busy, good, but I'm putting my way out. Here's the G9.
Yep.
We've had some preparedness for the call-out boxes. Just on the phone lines themselves, it's starting to be a real redundant, with the wiring, the copper wiring of the, on these call boxes. Think about for 2025, it's starting to fire about it. Or finding some sort of, other alternative means for, secondary means of calling, be upgraded. It's becoming a more of a problem than it's helping us. We had some repairs on a couple of the, lift stations, lift station 5, it went out on Thanksgiving. It was just a pump issue. We got that taken care of. We had emergency call out number 2 and I believe number 4 as well. As a result of emergency call outs, I have been noticing that a few of my homes are starting to exceed their allotted times for pump downs. We have our pumps oscillating between the two. So there's not so much wear and tear on the so that's it. We'll go over that. So the ones that highlighted version, you'll see one from October and you'll see one from December. So if you look under the December one, the ones that are highlighted in red, list stations 1, 2, 5, and 6, you'll see that one pump is more than 2, 4, 2, 5, and 6. Our one pump is really pumping more than the other one. And the ones that are highlighted in green is about where we want to see our hours when it comes to pumping. We want them pretty close together on each pump. So what we did is that's a sign of the impeller starting to go bad, or the balloon starting to go bad, or something of that nature in nature of the pump. So what we did was in the beginning of December, we replaced pump number 5, pump 1 and lift station 5. And you see a significant change in pump hours when it comes to when they're pumping. So, and actually, if I should put a picture, we pulled the pump apart. We looked at, that was the one that gave us a problem on Thanksgiving. And we pulled the balloon off and we see the wear marks on the balloon itself, obviously, and that means that the flexion in the impeller is starting to go as well. So what we're going to do in January, we're going to get another one. We'll probably do lift station 1, replace a pump in there, so it's not being such a large number, and then just do 1 per month. And then we send that pump in to be referred, retested, and make sure that it's still working great. It goes back into our inventory. So that's what I'm working on in the past couple of months. Now, before us going in and going through the extravagant work of replacing a pump, we've done other measures to try to correct that. And that's what you're gonna see there down. Whereas we changed the hour meters. All right, I started cheap, working my way up. So changed the hour meters. We took some of the pumps off from being, the lag pump not kicking in as soon as the primary pump. And that's why you can see a lot of zeros there on one sheet, as on the sheet two, yeah, CL 000. We took the oscillating off just to kind of give those pumps a break per se. See if that helped out and so that's what came to our conclusion that it's time to really start, pulling pumps. Let's see what's going on. So we're in the process of doing that. Our sewer camera needs to be repaired. It went in back in September of 2023, went up to Wisconsin for repair. It cost us a little over $500. I got it. It costs a little over $500 for the repair for the camera. It is now not doing the same thing, but kind of similar to where, vehicle pan left or right, the screen blacked out. It is time to do an upgrade on it. It is still running Windows 98, so I cannot, get it to communicate versus a hotspot of that nature. And, so I'm just gonna take up, get it, serviced and have them do the upgrades and everything they need to do to it, so that's done. I don't, according to the cost it was last year, as it was just over $500, I don't see it being that much more, so I got a deal with between number $1,600 just for the repairs. I don't see it being any more than that, not exceeding that, and if it does, we'll just that one. So I'm just kind of very much make that trip.
Is somebody there, or do you UPS to them?
Well, it's a very,
I'll get the camera.
it's a very heavy unit, and, the camera itself, it's got the weight base of that concrete block. So it stays put, and it doesn't move around as much, but it got the 600 feet of fiber optic cable with the gear and the computer itself. It is actually cheaper to drive it up than to box it out.
It's a bit more damage.
Yes, I think we allowed Bill to drive it last year. So if that's what you're wanting to do, we need to make a motion. Approve him to drive the camera up. Well, you have your balance here.
Oh,
Are you offering to drive with them?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion for, have Friday and transport camera stuff.
Will second that discussion? No, you're dropping it off.
I'll be dropping it off.
And be right back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait on this time. I'll just come on, drop it off. We're not really gonna be doing any cameraing unless it's an emergency. And if that's the case, I have other options to use. While I was in the shop. Okay,
Roll call.
Alan Magliarini,
yes.
Jennifer McCaw.
Thank you.
Should we, make a motion not to,
Days.
not to exceed a certain amount, so we don't work on that? Or should we just wait and see what they come back with?
Wait to see what he comes back with.
Yeah,
The P-
yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right. And now that we're at the end of the year, I had some money to kind of move around in my budget. My 2008 F-250, it's only got 40,000 miles on it. Tires are still good. Literally, I'm going to, this truck is going to rust away before it mechanically becomes unstopped. With that being said, I'd like to make some body repairs to it, aka the rear bumper is too far gone to even think about any kind of patchwork or whatever. Lenco, which is the company that actually made the box for the back end, has a bumper for it and some sort of lighting that can go with it as well. That's gonna cost me about 2883.57. And then also my 550, which is the boom truck, the real heavy truck that we use to lift these pumps. It needs more lighting on it. Unfortunately, it's very hard to see at nighttime from the rear. And they, with the lighting that I picked out, it's gonna cost about 3601.50, and they're the ones that worked on it before. So taking that on my maintenance budget, it's gonna leave me about $1,700, so I'll be okay. So if it's okay with you guys, I'd like to send the trucks in. Get them lighted up and fixed up.
How much was it for the, 250?
28,837. And then this one is the 550.
That's all for both vehicles. Just do it.
Individual or?
Is it on the same proposal?
No, they're both on two PO.
Then I have.
Just so you know that that number does not include any additional labor that may be encumbered. So it does say that on the actual quote.
Well, that was by you, correct?
Yes. And yes, and there is additional, I have enough to take care of that. That's pretty much all.
I'll make a motion to approve the
We've got bumper and lighting.
over and lighting install on the 2008 F-250 quote number 240964. From Winco. For $2,883.57.
I will second. Roll call please.
Alan Migliarini,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I get a motion, sorry?
Mhm.
Motion for quote number 240962 to have lights installed, new lights installed on, what year is this? 550, man.
2019.
2019 F-550 from Window.
Second. Roll call please.
Alan Migliarini,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And finally is February 17th, 20th is the wastewater treatment or wastewater continuing education conference. So I would like to take Brandon with me. And we've gone every year. We didn't go last year because of all the new changes and everything that was going on and the uncertainty. So I opted not to go last year, but we still need to go 10 hours to continue 8 hours. I think we can go this year. I like to take Brandon.
When is that, sir?
February 17th to the 20th.
And,
I'll have
okay. Where is that?
in once.
And it's all 3 days.
Yes.
Is that something we can split? Maybe of signing them? We could look into it.
We can look into it. Let me look at
Okay.
what's on, yeah, let me look what's on.
You get prices?
Yeah. Yes, 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 yes.
Like stormwater and, wastewater.
Right.
Transport stuff, I don't know.
I will say stormwater doesn't exactly have their own budget, like they pull from the town, but they don't have a budget like sanitation has a budget. We do our financial report, but that's just expenditures that are our stormwater.
So we can, okay. I was saying, I guess would need, in the end, I would need prices, so.
Yeah.
You don't have any prices on it.
No, not of it yet. I just wanted to say, hey, this is coming up.
Okay.
That's all. And that's all.
And I would just say for scheduling purposes, that would be is February 19th. Sanitation fee. Yeah. And we're going to be going, so you don't need to do it now, you can do it at your January, which may want to consider rescheduling one or both. So, will be for water and sanitation. They don't get that out.
Okay, that's a good point, too. Thank you, Glenn.
Mhm.
I didn't even know the date. All right. That's it.
That's it. I'm done with that.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Brad, take mine?
All right, so there are no issues there at the wastewater treatment plant. Operations are working great. All the compliance paperwork was submitted to IDEM on time. So there's really nothing to report at the plant per se, but there is something I want to let you guys know about. It has nothing to do with your operations. It has nothing to do with the wastewater treatment plant, but the location of the incident happened there. So we had a chlorine cylinder that was in storage. We have a storage room next to the plant there at the end of the plant. And the heater failed in that room. So the temperature, it failed with the valve open. So the temperature got really warm in there. And those tanks have a fusible plug on them. So when it reached a certain temperature, we started to have a chlorine leak into the atmosphere that we had to report to the government, of course, because anytime that happens, you have to make a report of it. It did, like I said, it wasn't connected to your system. It just happened to be that the tanks were stored there. So in case you heard of a leak or said, oh, hey, we heard there was a leak at the wastewater treatment plant, it didn't have anything to do with your end of things at all. It's something that we had to report, but it's completely on our end. So, but I figured it was worth bringing up in case that for some reason you heard there was a leak there and you were concerned that it was coming from the plant.
Thank you so much.
But besides that, I don't have anything else. Everything's running great.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, next, if you go on.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, well, the only thing I have on my report was that Shem spoke with Charlie Ray, an engineer over at Duneland Group, regarding the 392 Melton Road tie-on plans that are kind of out there for Brian Lewandowski. And I think where it was left off with in their conversation is that the initial plan that was submitted was included a septic tank and then a pump to the system. And when Shem spoke with Charlie Ray, it was decided that a septic tank wouldn't be allowed. So it's my understanding that they're maybe doing some redesign on that, and we haven't received anything back on that yet. But that was the only item I had in my report, unless you had any questions about anything.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, future instructions, nothing? Okay, and then you do have, an appeal here. Bump this up here, for Lycus Limited Incorporated, sorry. Okay, all right. So it looks like you purchased the property on July 10th, 2024. Through like a sheriff's sale, is that correct?
Ordered short load during the shoot.
Okay. That property has been delinquent for quite some time. And you have 2 liens on that property, is that correct?
There's 2 things that I saw at the county, and first lien had already been released a while ago, so I included the release of that lien with it. And so the other lien is outstanding.
Okay.
It was recorded after the foreclosure, was actually recorded. So technically, I don't know, read exactly, maybe the attorney knows better, but, I would think it would be something that would be watched upon foreclosure of it.
Okay.
So I don't know why I'd be responsible for the,
Yeah,
it's 3 months.
yeah, he was responsible prior, so.
No.
Assessments or costs or taking a lot of insurance out.
Okay.
Yes.
So I
And
know,
I'm fine paying the sewer fee from the town.
well, Em and I have.
I didn't realize it was a separate sewer bill. I was paying American Indiana Water, and I had no idea there was a separate sewer bill until my water got shut off. And I called up and said, "Oh, I paid up. What happened?" And they said, "Because you didn't pay the sewer bill." And I said, "I didn't know there was a sewer bill. I thought it was all inclusive. Nobody told me." It Indiana American that they have a separate sewer bill, so they didn't.
Okay. I know the three of us have talked about this. I would be fine waiving all penalties. Hard to, well, from the, I guess, yeah.
And then any, late fees now, as long as the 36606.
Okay.
Next, when you took possession somehow.
I can put it on credit card tonight, or I can have my son drive the check out tomorrow.
We are from Patty.
Yes. You are more than welcome to call me. I can take it over the phone like that. There's a drop box right by that flagpole, or I will be there at 8 in the morning. I'm just across, so it's the front building.
Building.
Yes. Mhm. Yep. Yep, I'm gonna walk across this lawn to my yard. Yard to, okay, absolutely.
Should we make it a motion? Yeah.
So I'll make a motion for Lights Limited to cover the sewer bill from municipal ownership on July 10th, 2024, $366.06.
Second.
What's the address of the property?
316 Clifford Way.
Roll call, please.
Alan Migliorini,
Yes.
Jennifer McCart.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you. Sorry about that. No.
I'm sorry that I didn't, we're good about that.
But for so long, we just had no idea that we even needed to try to contact him. So we apologize.
Yeah, that other lien will have to get that released.
I mean, it should have been. It's yours, if
There was a little overage money too. So I paid a little bit more than what the bank was due, so I don't know if you can put a claim in for the overage, because it's a little bit, there's, some money there.
I mean, of course, treasurer can file a release, but if there's some overage on it, it should go to pay meeting that we're on.
It should,
Okay.
right, is that the first thing that normally the overage would go to, when you go back to the owner, they would have to make sure that it's not
That lender find ways
to use it, not,
that add extra costs to figure out.
right, it's possible.
So do we need to do anything to let it go, or is that just all?
Town file,
Or-
should file.
Okay. I'll make sure that whatever liens we placed against him, if it's somebody else, then it's somebody else, but we will make sure we're good on our end. Mhm, mhm.
Because technically, yeah, can't say, your foreclosed on it, file suit, force it, that's the way. But the thing, you might not follow, file a lawsuit, it's still recorded down county.
Kind of shows up on a tax.
So we have title. And so whenever he wants to refinance or sell the house, probably he's gonna show. Even though that was not like it. Cause pickups and refinance or future property transfers.
Okay. Yeah, I would just want, this is whatever, if there is one still.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
We can get that.
Okay, thank you, Maddie. Thank you.
Of course.
Sorry about all that.
No, I didn't.
Well, yeah, you've been very understanding, so thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Of course.
All right, new business. Approval of claims and purchase orders.
We do have the book there. They have already been approved at the council meeting, but if you guys wanted to review anything that was used for wastewater, that binder's there.
Roll call, please.
Ellen Migliorini, Jennifer McCarr.
All right, spending review.
I will say too, while we're on the topic of delinquencies, I try to pay attention when we have people that are also overpaying and just kind of, hey, sending them a letter, hey, letting you know you're paid for all of 2025, because that way we don't have to deal with when they move, then they try to come after us for more money. So as I'm getting a little bit more used to, I'm trying to be on top of that.
Yeah.
Not much I can do to make them pay, but
It was delinquent for so long.
Right.
All right, flow report. I don't have anything. I had some questions, I haven't already answered it. I'm just curious on why this number was so low. But there's a time change.
Yeah.
I didn't do it together.
That's all right. I sat there for a week to figure it out.
Your rate studies, so obviously that should have been done in 2024. We are paid the party on that one. So we need to get Adam the approval to get proposals from, what was it? Vendor.
Mhm.
Senator company,
Company or Baker Tilly, or Baker Tilly. Or is it, I don't know, Cinder Company and and Associates are the same, if they change their name or merge, I'm not sure. So I know in the past in 20, who was in my seat, they made a motion to approve Bill at the time to
Get the,
proposals.
I'll make a motion for Adam to get proposals from vendor company and it's a bar. So yes. Umball and Associates,
Baker Tilly.
Baker Tilly.
I don't like it. Roll call, please.
Ellen Migliorini,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr.
Yeah. All right, good of the order. Anybody? Anybody?
7:28. Thank you.
No, well,